Hi guys, Vanessa here and welcome to Passport Pages, and today I'm bringing you an updated version of a video I did 4 years ago ranking the top 10 secrets resorts. And I really needed to do an updated version because when I posted the video back in the spring of 2021, the brand only had 19 properties, and now they've got soon to be 27. So a lot to choose from. It can feel overwhelming, especially if you're new to the brand, but that's why I'm here to help, giving you a quick overview along with the potential pros and cons of each. And just one quick but very important note, for those of you who are unfamiliar with their properties, they are adults only, all-inclusives for couples. But I haven't forgotten about the singles out there. I've seen your requests, and we'll be doing a dedicated singles resorts video coming very soon, so stay tuned. So I've done more than enough talking. I'm very excited to share my countdown, so let's jump in. Kicking off the list at number 10, we have Secrets Huatulco's starting at an average $350 a night per standard room. Located in southern Mexico along the Pacific Ocean, it sits a 30-minute drive from the Huatulco airport and is set in the hills overlooking Conejos Bay, giving it a very secluded feel, but that of course means you're very removed from any sites or tours. When you arrive, the first thing you'll notice is how great the views are, which is why most of the common areas are open air to take advantage of those vistas. So let's quickly talk rooms. They offer $399, so a good-sized property, but the weird thing is, while the property was opened in 2011 and then rebranded by Hyatt as a Secrets in 2022, they honestly don't look all that modern, especially for such a new-ish property. You'd expect them to look a little bit more up-to-date. But the good news is you definitely get plenty of space, and they come with daily restocked mini bars with both drinks and snacks. And the best part is that no matter what room you book, you'll get at least a partial ocean view, which is a big perk when staying here. And the balconies have glass railings for unobstructed views. So now let's head outside to the beach, which is technically public, but because it's in a pretty isolated location, it feels private. So in my opinion, not that big of an issue. The bigger potential issue for some of you, however, may be the fact that the sand is pretty coarse. So if you're looking for powdery, soft sand at your resort, there are better options within the brand, which we'll get to later. They do have 2 big infinity pools with nice views overlooking the beach, and it can get busy at the main pool, especially around the swim-up bar. So get there early to grab a good spot, or try the relaxation pool, which is much quieter. And they do heat the pools from the months of December through March, which is a nice touch. Lots of dining choices at this one, 9 to be exact, as well as 7 bars, but they do usually adjust their hours based on occupancy, so if you're not staying for at least a week, you'll definitely miss out on some of them. So plenty of dining variety, although I'd say quality is just okay. And after dinner, be sure to check out the lobby piano bar as well as their sky bar, where you'll find most guests at happy hour and late into the night, and the sunset views up there are really nice, which again is the best part of this property. It's very picturesque with a peaceful cliffside setting, and I'd say the next best thing is its very reasonable rates, since it's not one of the more well-known or busier properties in the brand. So if you can overlook the lack of style in the rooms and its more isolated location, you can experience a very peaceful, all-inclusive vacation at a pretty great rate. Coming in at number 9, we have Secrets Puerto Los Cabos with nightly rates averaging $600 a night, so definitely more than my previous pick, so something to consider. Located 10 minutes outside San Jose del Cabo and 45 minutes from Cabo San Lucas, it's another great option if you're looking for peace and quiet. So you'll immediately notice you get a lot of space with the property sitting on 18 acres, surrounded by mountains and great ocean views, and you'll arrive at a gate with a security guard, so that's a nice precaution, and then you'll be greeted with a glass of champagne as you enter a very nice and elegant lobby. And then, since the property is so big, you'll be shuttled on a golf cart to your room, so you immediately feel very pampered. The 500 rooms are all junior suites with sitting areas, and they're nice overall. I wouldn't call them a standout, but certainly nice, with daily stocked mini bars and nightly turn-down service, and bathrooms also include standalone jetted tubs for 2, which is a nice perk. And a little tip, if you're interested interested in having the preferred club perks as well, I suggest booking the preferred club Junior Suite Ocean View because that's the smallest and therefore cheapest preferred club category rooms, but you still get all the extra perks like the more expensive suites. The beach here is really pretty, the surrounding water is a bright blue, and the beach itself is very wide and clean, so great for walks and lounging. But, as I've said in many videos, swimming in the Cabo area is a big no, with waves being too big and the current being too strong, which is a big reason this property only comes in at number 9. But the main pool is huge, and most guests spend the day here lounging and grabbing drinks at the swim-up bar, and servers are really good about coming around for food and drink orders. The spa is a highlight, several couples treatment rooms, and a hidden outdoor relaxation area with jetted pools, underwater loungers, and fountains. It's the best spa on the property. Nice activity options at this location with tequila tastings, Spanish lessons, and water aerobics, and you also have a handful of dining options, Italian, Mexican, Asian, and it's pretty much on par with the dining at most Secrets locations. Nothing spectacular, but satisfactory. So other than not being able to swim at the beach and the okay food, overall, you get a very attractive property with incredible scenery, great pools, and a wonderful location. At number 8, we have Secrets Viarta Bay with nightly rates averaging $800 a night, which is why it's dropped from its previous position at number 5. It was half the price when I made this video in 2021, so I had to factor that into my rankings. So it's located in the hotel zone of Puerto Vallarta, Mexico, just 10 minutes from the airport, and you'll find it to be a livelier and more active resort than my previous 2 picks, but there are still plenty of places to get away and relax around the very well-maintained grounds, which have plenty of palm trees and flowers, and you'll find canopy daybeds sprinkled throughout as well. The 271 suites all come standard with whirlpool tubs, and they do offer swim-up suites, although because of how most of them are positioned, the sun doesn't really hit the pool directly, unfortunately, so keep that in mind. The dining here is a bit more formal than some other Secrets locations, and some of them do enforce dress codes, so just be sure to pack for dinners. The spa here is actually one of the main activities. I know most people aren't interested in trying all-inclusive spas, but this one is big, with lots of couple treatment options, very unique ones like chocolate body wraps, and the spa facilities include a few indoor pools and whirlpools with fountains, so definitely more than your typical all-inclusive spa here. They also offer a good number of organized activities like water aerobics and volleyball tournaments, but most guests just spend the day by the 3 pools, which all face the ocean. The activity pool is rectangular with an infinity edge on one side, and this is where you'll find organized events like the water aerobics I just mentioned, and it does get noisy here. The main pool is closest to the ocean, and this is the one with a swim-up bar, so not surprisingly, where most guests hang out. So sometimes it gets tricky to grab a lounger. But the biggest downside of this resort is that the beach is public, which most Puerto Vallarta beaches are, and the vendors that walk up and down can get pretty pushy. But otherwise, it's a great Secrets resort, especially if you're looking for a more social scene. This is a really good and fun option for you. At number 7, we have Secrets Mochi Playa del Carmen, which was announced but not opened yet when I mentioned it in my last Secrets countdown, and this one starts around $1,000 a night these days. Yikes, I know. So in my opinion, one of its best pros is actually its location, sitting right in the heart of Riviera Maya, Mexico, where you get the perfect balance of jungle and local ruins. Plus, more specifically, it's in a private and gated golf community, just a 10-minute drive to the heart of Playa del Carmen, and 35 minutes from Cancun Airport, and you will need to set up your own transfer from the airport, but they're very readily available. The other big pro are the rooms, which are definitely a standout even within the brand, starting at 668 square feet. They're considered junior suites, and they did a great job styling them with darker colors and tones and a lot of local wooden and stone features. Just a pretty unique style in a good way, especially the bathrooms, which are very nice with double vanities, oversized showers, and a nice and big soaking tub. Views, however, can be tricky. I want to caution you guys. You could end up staring at a lot or storage area with the standard rooms, and it's quite a big gap in price to upgrade from standard to ocean views, which is how they get you. So just something to consider. Amenities here are some of the best, with almost 10 pools. The zero entry one with the swim-up bar that's near the beach is a standout, but you'll never run out of places to swim. The other unique thing about this property is the cenotes around the grounds, which are a great place to take a more relaxing dip. The beach isn't great, it does get seaweed, but I personally think the pools more than make up for it. Dining quality is some of the best. The hibachi place is super popular, so it can be hard to book, but great food overall, so try to get there before opening. And for the bars, they do have a speakeasy with a password and all, very fun. But again, it gets crowded, especially as the night goes on, so try to grab a seat earlier in the evening, maybe for some pre-dinner drinks. So overall, this is one of the more upscale all-inclusives within the brand, just a very chic and even luxurious feeling property in some spots like the rooms. But between the less than impressive beach and that price tag, some pretty big downsides, which is why it comes in a bit lower on my list. Coming in at number 6, we have Secrets the Vine Cancun at $600 a night, and I consider this resort to be the old faithful, most reliable property within the brand, and I had it at number 6 last time as well. Located right in the heart of the hotel zone in Cancun, this resort is perfectly located, just a convenient 10 to 20 minute drive from pretty much everything you could want in the area, including being just a 15-minute drive from the airport. And everything about this location is very stylish and luxurious, and definitely one of relaxation as well. The 497 rooms are also some of the nicest at any Secrets resort, with lots of space and nice big windows that open up to furnished balconies, so every room gets either partial or full ocean views. And entry-level rooms begin at 475 square feet for the deluxe ocean view room. Now, here's an important tip when booking. If you book an ocean view room, you get full views of the lagoon plus partial ocean views. And if you book ocean front, you get full ocean views, so something to consider. Dining here is also particularly good, from the buffet to the grills, and the beach here is great, long and very pretty with fine white sand and beautiful blue water, and loungers with full drink service. As with most Cancun beaches, seaweed can be an issue at times, but the staff is really good about raking it up so you don't even notice it. The resort has 4 pools, so more than most, although the 12th floor infinity pool is exclusive for preferred club guests. But for some of you, the splurge may be worth it just for the views. The spa is another standout here, with 14 treatment rooms and a hydrotherapy area. It's definitely one of Secret's bigger spas. So it's a great resort. The only cons I will mention are that there isn't much in the way of on-site nightlife, but that's not really an issue because downtown Cancun is so close. But other than that, it's a great and very reliable Secret's property for a quality stay. Let's kick off the top 5 with Secret's Playa, Blanca, Costa, Mujeres at an average $800 a night. And this was not on my last countdown at all, as it just opened up in 2024. So this is definitely a property that should be getting more attention in general. So it's located 12 miles north of Cancun, and it's just a very picturesque property all around, beginning with the open-air lobby, which is perched at the highest point of the resort. You can even see sunrises and sunsets from in there. Just one of the best lobbies in the brand. The 507 suites have 12 categories, just a lot to choose from. I recommend the Oceanfront Junior Suite, but they're all styled very nicely with handmade furniture, lots of room on the terraces, nice and big bathrooms with double vanities and soaking tubs, and even extra touches like beach bags, daily restocked drinks and snacks, and a dedicated concierge per building. Outside, the beach is very lovely with powdery sand, and you really don't see any seaweed. 9 dining options here, including 6 a la cartes, and the shrimp at Oceana and ribs at Seaside Grill are standouts. Activity options include the usual, but most guests just hang by the pools. They have an oceanfront infinity pool with swim-up bar, and then a lot of smaller ones tucked into the jungle-type landscape surrounded by hammocks, so you get a much more peaceful pool experience than most locations. One criticism I have is that they have a lot of pathways around the property, which are great for exploring, but the signage is so discreet that sometimes it's hard to find your way to the infinity pool or coffee, which can be a desperate moment, right? And you have to stop someone. And of course, the other negative is the rate, although these days every resort and cruise seems to be creeping up to similar rates. But overall, a peaceful and very attractive fresh new resort, which is definitely one of their best. At number 4, we have Secrets Tides Punta Cana, another new property which was not on my last countdown, so it also opened in 2024, and this one comes in at an average $700 a night. So it's located on a palm tree-lined beach in beautiful Uvero Alto, Punta Cana, and I think it's one of the best options within the brand for a romantic getaway. The 668 suites are very fresh and modern and come with a balcony or terrace, 24/7 room service, daily stock minibars, soaking tubs, so your typical secrets rooms. But I'd like to focus on what makes this property stand apart from the rest. First of all, some of the better dining options, including great service here. Staff is always bringing refills on drinks. You rarely need to request one. They're great at answering questions, and just pleasant overall, which is sadly getting harder to find in general in travel at both resorts and on cruises. So just wanted to highlight them. The beach of Uvero Alto is absolutely beautiful, and the pools are even a highlight as well. Only 2 main ones plus a third for preferred guests, so while much fewer options than some of the other properties on the list, you won't feel cramped, which is a pleasant surprise as they're both nice and big with lots of seating around them, and the central pool is the quieter of the two if you're seeking relaxation. Some potential negatives: this isn't a property for partying or even a lot of socializing. Great for relaxation and excellent service, but not for partying and late night activities. Not that it's boring by any means. Secrets has good activity options at all their properties. It's just not what I'd label as a super social type of resort. Which brings me to my bigger negative. Breathless Resort is right next door, and if your room is near an event area, you could have noise late into the night. I mean, you probably will. Although rooms on the opposite side of the property tend to stay much quieter. But I'd still say overall, a very strong all-inclusive resort offering one of the best experiences within the Secrets brand. Kicking off the top 3, we have Secrets Maroma Beach Riviera Cancun with an average rate of $700 a night. So the first great thing about this place is its location, sitting on a private white sand beach, which we'll go into detail later because it's incredible, located in beautiful Riviera Maya, just 30 minutes from the Cancun airport. And it's isolated enough that you have an incredible beach without the crowds, but close enough to many attractions like adventure parks, caves, rivers, golf, you name it, it's within a 20-minute drive from this resort. The property itself is beautiful with well-manicured grounds that have plenty of secret nooks with hammocks and love seats, candles and fountains sprinkled everywhere. Just a really lovely resort. The 412 rooms have marble floors and furnished patios and balconies, and a good amount of room, beginning with their junior suites that are 624 square feet, and they go up from there. Moving on to dining, the restaurants are mostly very good, and some of the ones I'd like to highlight include the wine-themed Bordeaux with a 200-bottle wine cellar, Portofino, which serves great Italian food, and the Barefoot Grill, which is great for lunch in between enjoying their great pools. So the main pool essentially consists of 2 separate ocean view pools. One of them has a swim-up bar, and they're surrounded by loungers and cabanas with a few submerged hammocks as well. So plenty of places to relax around the pool. And then, for the main attraction of the resort, their incredibly soft white sand beach. This is where most guests spend their time, relaxing on their palapas and sunbeds, and there is a beach bar with great drinks too. And while we're on the subject of the beach, the seaweed on the beach can sometimes pile up. Not always, but it does at times. But other than that, it's a great resort. Beautiful beach, nice-sized rooms, great activities, and they're really helpful about booking off-site excursions as well. And while I did have it at number 2 last time, and it dropped slightly to 3, that's only because of the increase in nightly rates. But I still agree and understand why this location is so beloved within the Secrets brand. At number 2, we have Secrets Cap Cana with an average nightly rate of $600 a night. Probably the most well-known of all their properties, it sits on Wainio Beach in the Dominican Republic and a very convenient 15-minute drive from the airport. Everything looks fresh and modern and well-maintained, from the grounds that have palm trees sprinkled everywhere to the lobby that has a coffee shop and bar. Everything is very nice and upscale, including the 457 rooms, which are also very polished and include mini bars, furnished balconies or terraces, and some feature whirlpool tubs, swim-out rooms, and even wrap-around balconies. They've even implemented eco-friendly policies, which is nice, but just know that sometimes the power, meaning the lights, will turn off if you haven't moved in a while. So just a heads up so you don't freak out if that happens. But the main reason to come here is hands down their beautiful beach, lined with palm trees, lounge chairs, thatched umbrellas, and hammocks sprinkled throughout. Truly one of the nicest at a Secrets resort. Just get there early because they do fill up quickly, and many guests do that annoying towel saving thing. They also have 2 freshwater infinity pools, one for all guests and one for preferred club members, but this is one location where the beach is definitely preferable to spend the day over the pools, in my opinion. There are plenty of dining and drinking options here with 9 restaurants and 8 bars, but that's the only negative of this place. For all the variety they provide, the individual menu options never change, and the quality of food is just okay. But other than that, a great Secrets resort, which is why I have it at number 2. Very pretty grounds and facilities, great option for a romantic occasion, and I think the beach and views alone are worth a stay. And at number 1, the reigning best of the best, Secrets Akumal Riviera Maya at an average $650 a night. It has a great location right on a 2-mile stretch of beach on Akumal Bay, centrally located right in the heart of Riviera Maya, Mexico, which makes it ideal if you'd like to venture off-site and go exploring, with Tulum just 25 minutes away. And the property itself is beautiful and very romantic as well. The landscaping is impeccable, with over 4,000 trees and flowers and lots of winding paths, and it's a surprisingly peaceful resort, which is rare for a property of this size. All 434 rooms are suite style with 2-person whirlpool tubs, well-stocked minibars, and there's even a built-in bottle opener in the bathroom, in-room tablets, a pillow menu, and each building gets its own concierge that will help you with any requests. And here, the ground-level rooms are preferable as you get a terrace and heated plunge pool, so that's a nice touch. The beach is very unique and has become increasingly popular with nature lovers due to its sea turtle population, as they do sea turtle release activities, and they're one of the few resorts in the area that take extra precautions like banning chairs to help protect them. The other reason this beach is so popular is that it's home to one of the largest barrier reefs in the world, less than a mile offshore, and this makes for very calm water surrounding the property, so great swimming as well. This location has 3 pools. You've got the beachfront infinity pool with swim-up bar, and this is the most popular of the 3 and pretty much the most crowded spot on the whole property, so loungers can be hard to come by in the middle of the day. And then just behind it, you have the main pool, which is a bit less crowded, although sometimes it's even hard to secure a lounger there as well. And then there's a lagoon pool near the front of the resort over by the sports bar, and it's a bit more hidden and low-key. So a nice variety of pools, and the pool and towel service at all 3 is very good. The dining here is some of the best at a Secrets, with a great breakfast buffet of made-to-order omelets, cold cuts, and pastries, or you can have pancakes or eggs Benedict at their poolside grill. Many all-inclusives don't do a great job with breakfast options, but that isn't an issue at this location. And then at night, the main buffet rotates between themed nights, so the menu is always changing, and the pizza from their poolside brick oven is very tasty as well. And even the activities are a bit more unique than most locations. They have free bike rentals and yoga, dance lessons, and once a week the resort organizes a ride out to the lagoon, which is a really nice way to spend an afternoon. So as you guys can see, this resort is very strong in every category, from its location to the rooms, pools, even dining and activities, with plenty of thoughtful details and extras thrown in that you don't even find at other Secrets properties, making it my number 1 Secrets resort. So there you have my newly updated for 2025 top 10 secrets resorts. Thank you to everyone who made the request for an updated version. If there are any other all-inclusive resort brands that you'd like to see a countdown for in this format with pros and cons, please let me know in the comments and I'll be sure to make that happen for you guys. This is Vanessa for Passport Pages. Thank you so much for watching and I hope to see you all very soon. Bye guys.